about to begin. We want to welcome you to the Vampire and Devil Show. We want to welcome you to the Vampire and Devil Show. It's gonna be bloody fun. We're gonna kill everyone. Welcome to the Vampire and Devil Show. With lots of blood and lots of guts. Two horror fanatics and rock and roll nuts. Welcome to the Vampire and Devil Show.
What's up there, Fangs? It's the Vampire and Devil podcast coming at you. We're at Fright Reads Festival here in Maryland, and we're sitting with a friend, Chris. Great to see you again, brother.
Good to see you as well, my
Absolutely,
friend.
man, for sure. But we're gonna hang out for a little bit. We've got Shriek Show to talk about, but first and foremost, we're a few hours into the event. How's it been so far?
It's been really great. It's just been fun just seeing so many costumes go by, and I've definitely been busy here at the table just promoting Shriek Show and obviously our forthcoming big release of Raccoon, which is going to debut on Screambox on Tuesday.
Oh, nice. That's awesome, man. And talk a little bit about like the coming together of Shriek Show and stuff. I mean, it's got a great cast. You know, you work with some great names in the genre as well. But just talk a little bit about the movie and a little bit about this top hat over here that the Fangs can't quite see.
No, you guys can't see it, but I did bring the actual Ringmaster top hat, as we see here. Well, you guys can't see it.
They can now.
You can now. So Shriek Show really, the concept of Shriek Show really came together is it started off as a Halloween costume that I wore to my company's Halloween party back in 2016. This is how long the Ringmaster has kind of been gestating. And then director Brad Twigg kind of messaged me and he said, you know what? I would love to make a movie around this character. Tell me about him. What is his story? What is his origins? You know, what do you want to see brought with him? So, and then from then on, it was just kind of like a smooth sailing for a bit there. We did an Indiegogo fund and everything, and then we started rolling on the production in 2019, and then we got a nice little visit from our friend COVID-19.
Yeah.
So that completely threw us into this whole like limbo phase for a while, but we managed to shoot through the height of the pandemic. I mean, trust me, there was a lot of safety concerns, a lot of masks, a lot of sanitation, a lot of temperature checks every day. And, I'm in the makeup, so I couldn't wear a mask. So I kept telling everybody, like, just stay away from me. Not that I didn't trust them. I was concerned for their safety. Like, yeah. I'm unmasked, so I don't want you guys to get too close to me. So, but we got through it. And despite everything, all that happening, we were able to film probably about 80% of everything we had set out to film. And it turned out to be just really great. I mean, I'm not being biased because it's my movie, but it's just... we're all really, really happy with it. And yeah, we have some really great leading ladies in here from the horror genre. Mm-hmm. We have the amazing Felissa Rose. We have Tuesday Night, which, is Kristen Parker from Nightmare 4. Yeah. And we have Beverly Randolph from Return to the Living Dead. So, and it's very surreal getting to work with these three incredible women that we all as horror fans have grown up watching and idolizing and everything, and it was great. I'm just so happy that we were able to have them.
Absolutely, for sure. Devil, my friend, why don't you take it away?
I was going to ask about that with the good ladies you had, with Felissa and stuff like that. Was it that beginning? Were you a little bit like kind of nervous, kind of like shell shocked? Oh my God, this is Felissa Rose. I mean, she's the queen of those '80s great movies.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I admit, I had a bit of a fanboy moment when we were. Because we shot with Felissa and Beverly on the same day, so we're all in the room, and I'm just sitting there, kind of behind the camera, like being script supervisor and everything, and just thinking like, oh my God, that's Felissa Rose and Beverly Randolph. And then on Tuesday, I gotta definitely be a fanboy here. So Nightmare 4 is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. So, and it was very surreal just to get her in this production. And I ended up writing all of her scenes. So when we got her and everything, and we got to set and everything, and she rode in my car, so she actually went back to LA and got the same car as me. So like she sent me a selfie with her car, and she was like, "Kia buddies," and but just to hear her like ask me, "Chris, am I doing okay? Like, do you need a little bit more of this? Do you want me to pull back on this?" Just hearing this woman that I've been such a fan of like my whole life, just asking me these things, it was just such a great moment for me. And that's when it kind of really hit me. I'm like, you know what, anything's possible. You just never know.
Yeah. And then also, everybody knows, anybody who's ever met Felissa, she's basically like the life of the party.
Yes.
Did you get to, obviously, how long you worked with her, experience that off-camera crazy antics of Felissa Rose?
Absolutely. She was all too friendly with her glass of apple pie moonshine at a New Year's Eve event that we went to. So yeah, good times. But I'm very proud of this movie. I mean, Brad Twigg and Daniel Brooks, like they really were the real glue that really stuck this all together. And we have a great cast. We had a lot of new faces in this production on this particular movie. So. Yeah, it's starting to gain a little bit of a following now, which is anybody that what you can ask for as being an indie film. And I will say that we are in the early stages of bringing the Ringmaster back.
Oh,
so that's all I can say.
Possible sequel, maybe.
Yes.
Right on,
And
absolutely.
it's starting to be on paper now, so that's all I can give away.
No, totally understandable there. And Chris, kind of a follow-up on what Devil was saying with that, that I found also really interesting. Like, when it comes to a movie like Shriek Show, where your hands are very much in the cookie jar for something like that, as opposed to another movie where you're a hired talent, and you have to concentrate on your scenes, your lines, and the other actors and actresses you're working with. How does your head work on something like that, where you have to be so much more aware of everything, even scenes you're not involved in?
I mean, I rip it off and set it on the table next to me, but this movie was definitely one where I really dabbled in that cookie jar, and I was a producer on it. I was one of the set designers. I was a co-script writer on it, and but I mean, it was a little challenging, but I knew one thing. I knew, like, as far as like set design and everything, I knew where I wanted to go with certain things, like. We pay it for those who haven't seen it yet. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a big homage to the opening of Halloween 4 in this movie, and a lot of that came from me. And it was me and Brad getting out there one day with a camera and just going hog wild out in the countryside. So kind of basically what Dwight H. Little did when he shot Halloween 4. So. But I mean, it was a great experience. I don't regret anything. It definitely helped me learn and grow in these other departments. It's not just as an actor, because this is definitely one of the most challenging roles I've ever done. But it's also ended up being my favorite.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get back in there again and show the world what else he's capable of. Because we only got a little tip of that iceberg in the first movie.
Okay, right on. Just the tip, Fangs.
Yeah,
just the tip.
Just the tip.
Right on, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, you talked about your love of Nightmare Part 4.
Yeah.
But like, what else were some other horror movies that were your favorite horror movies growing up in the genre, and/or your favorite kind of being the fact that it's a clown kind of character, your favorite clown horror movies too?
Well, I mean, my favorite movie of all time is John Carpenter's Halloween. I saw it. I mean, it's iconic. It needs no introduction.
Mrs. Vamp will love hearing that.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a Halloween.
There would be no Freddy or Jason or anybody else if it was not for Michael Myers. Let's face facts here. But I love the original Evil Dead just because of how independent it is. And how gritty and raw it is. And I'm a big fan of Scream. I know it's sci-fi horror, but I'm a huge fan of Ridley Scott's Alien. I love the whole haunted house aspect of it.
Yep.
And I love a good slow burn. Like, I mean, that's probably why I connect so much with Halloween and Alien and everything. It's a nice slow burn, and by the time you get to that that inferno, like it's an inferno, like it's there, and it doesn't let up at all.
We use that phrase on our show so many
Yeah,
times,
yes.
so it's awesome to
Yes.
hear you use those choice words.
Yeah. But those are some of my favorite films growing up that have influenced me, not only as an actor and a screenwriter and hopefully a director one day. And then, those are just some of my favorites. I mean, we try to incorporate a lot of some of those elements into Shriek Show as well. So
Yeah. And then, obviously, like people, like you said, with the look of the thing,
Yes.
very like that, brought back that kind of '80s killer clown from outer space.
Yeah, that's
kind
one
of
of the
look
best.
to it. Yeah.
Well,
So
one thing, like circling back around the rest of the question was, there really hasn't been any sort of like ringmaster like killer clown movie.
yeah,
And like we did our research and everything. I mean, there's really nothing.
yeah,
Like nothing really focusly as him as a focal point.
yeah,
So, and that's something that Brad and I were really intrigued about. It's like this is different. Let's do something different with him. And like I said, tip of the iceberg. Like we're definitely want to bring him back for at least one or two more movies, and we're gonna really see his true colors
nice.
come out in the future. So you guys, all I can tell you, you guys that are watching this, listening to this, keep watching Shriek Show, keep giving it great reviews, guys, because we're not done with this character yet. And probably my favorite killer clown-ish movie or kind of movies. Oh gosh, I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect both versions for what they brought to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer the 2017 It more because that's stuck more closer to
the
Pennywise
book.
in the book.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, nothing. I mean, I respect the hell out of Tim Curry. Like he did. I mean, I get compared to him a lot, which is a high honor for me.
Yeah.
So, but he did. He brought his A game to a made-for-TV movie, and holy shit, did he sell it!
Yeah. I mean, even too, like another thing that we're talking about with Carnival and the kind of like the look of this movie, Mary Tobe Hooper Funhouse.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of that. I love Funhouse.
That was one of the many influences that kind of went into this a little bit too.
Yeah.
So.
We also have a mutual friend who's been doing a series of movies called Clown Motel.
Yep.
Yes, I'm well aware of Clown Motel. Actually, one of our actresses from Killer Camp Out 2 just did the newer one that they just did. Yeah,
Okay.
Angel Bradford.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Named her on.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, Devil, I think we should let Chris get back to his fans and all that stuff. So, Fangs, Shriekers, everybody watching, we appreciate you guys checking it out, and make sure that you're following Chris Brocki and everything that he does, and checking out Shriek Show. And if you're in the Maryland area, come on out to Fright Reads Fest and see him in person and hang out and get the movie.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Fangs. We'll see you soon. Horns up.
Horns up.
Fangs out.